Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to follow along a certain challenge in creating a class instance in Python. We are going to create a class, and we are also going to create a function inside the class, and we are going to create our own method that we can use for later on in our projects. Okay, so here it's asking us to create a class dog. Right here we have class dog. And then in our file folder, okay, class name, return file name, the dog class define. Let's define our bark. So we want the dog to be able to bark. So we'll define bark, and we are going to use self in here. Self is a keyword in our instance method. Okay. We'll explore concept self in next module. Self is required in instance methods definitions, though you don't actually need to pass it when you call the method. Okay, so it's like optional when calling them. With this code, if you're in the test, you should be able to be passing the first 3 tests. Okay, so we have to also print woof, because we want the dog to bark. And then we're gonna try to check if it passes our test. PNV show. Then we are going PyTest. We install. We just gotta install our interpreter right now, so we can do our PyTest for our project. Let's see. Okay, looks like it installed. PyTest-x. Okay. There's an error, one error. Yes, environment. Okay, so need. Let's see. Self. Since it's optional, maybe it doesn't want us to put. Oh, it's because we don't have a colon in here. And there you go. First 3. Okay, so we're going to continue. No, methods. Okay, so now here we're gonna test if the dog can actually bark. We're gonna create a variable named dog, or variable that is a dog named Fido equals dog. Okay, then we're gonna call the class name, and we're gonna call the function or the method Fido dot bark. Okay, and then if you execute this code in terminal by running, okay, then we're gonna run our code, our whole thing here, by using Python, then our file, and see if it's gonna output anything. So it output woof, so it's functioning. Okay, so if you execute this code, we'll say woof by defining bark with the dog class bark. Let's create a second instance. Okay, so we're gonna create another instance. Now we're gonna create another dog variable, which is for Snoopy. Okay, Snoopy equals another dog. We're gonna input our dog class in here, and then we're gonna call it Snoopy.bark. We're gonna call the function that is inside that class. Okay, and once we try to call our file, and we should have 2 output, which is woof and woof. So both our dogs, Fido and Snoopy, can bark. Okay, only do what we teach them to do via code. Okay, I don't know how to sit. So here it's trying to call a method sit for our dog Fido, but we have never defined it. So we never defined the function method that is sit. So we have to create a sit method for our dog, so that when we call it and attach it to our dog, it will know, or the computer will know that it should call it, and the dog will sit. instance. Okay. So here it's just saying that if we just call bark without attaching it to our dog variable, which is Fido, it will give us an error because we have not defined who should take the action. And I think that's like how I interpret it. Okay, so now we're gonna try to solve it. Complete the following tasks. Get a passing. Add an instance method sit. Okay, so let's try adding an instance def sit self. Things we're gonna put a colon there so we don't get an error again. And then what we want the computer to print when we call the sit method is there you go. The dog is sitting. The dog is sitting. Okay. Period. Now that we have added that, let's test it out. We are going to create another dog name. Well, let's try. What's another dog name? Robodog. Robodog equals dog. We're gonna call this class and then we're gonna attach the method robodog that sit. Okay, and hopefully when we call our file, it will give us not an error, but it looks like we're having an error here. So because it's up here, let's try putting it here. Define. Okay, let's try it out. Now it is working. Yes, we just have to put it above here in our line. Okay, and then we're gonna create a new class for person. Okay, we're gonna go here in our person file. We have our person class. Then we're gonna create a method for it, which is we're gonna define it. We're gonna say talk. Then we're gonna put self in here, colon, and then we want it to print when we call it hello world exclamation. Okay, we're gonna create a person, which is king equals. Then we're gonna attach the class to it, person. Okay, and then we are gonna attach the method king that talk. Okay. Did I do it right? Yeah. And then once we call it, when we call the file name Python in our library folder, person.py, enter, and then there you go. We're gonna add the walk now. Our instance method, which is we're gonna define it walk self print. What do we want to print? The person is walking. Okay, we're gonna test it out. Queen equals person queen dot walk equals no, just parentheses. Right, and the person is walking. Okay, then last thing that we're gonna do to test this out, we are gonna try PyTest to see if we passed all the tests. Okay, we passed it, and that is it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.